Love, light, and blessings. This is Shamanic Awak Priestess here, and welcome to today's video. Today's video on my main channel is going to be all about the evils of either spiritual attack while you're asleep, aka sleep paralysis. Okay. If anybody's ever had an episode of sleep paralysis, it is very scary and often traumatic. And things like that. It's literally this sense of fear, urgency. You can't move you're literally paralyzed. Okay, you are not exactly asleep, and you're kind of like awake and you can't move, you can't talk. It's kind of like you're frozen. And usually with sleep paralysis, there's some type of demonic or low-level entity that's attacking you that is making it difficult for you to move at all. So you're kind of just there, and that is very scary. So I wanted to talk about that in today's video. Okay, specifically, and there will be more episodes on different types of spirits that attack you during sleep paralysis, such as demons, the top hat man, and things like that. But today's episode of the sleep paralysis series, part 1, I kind of wanted to talk about a spirit that doesn't often get talked about, and that's literally so there'll be a few more episodes basically in this video, okay? But specifically I wanted to talk about shadow people, okay? Because I don't really hear anybody talking about shadow people. And I don't hear anybody talking about how to deal with them, how to prevent them from happening, all those types of things. So that is going to be today's video. But before we get today's video started, a woman has to support her family, pay bills, all the good things. So I'm just going to quickly say a couple of things and then get straight to the video. One, if you want a one-on-one reading with me, if you're looking for a spellcaster, aka root worker that performs rituals, ShamanicAwakPriestess.com. I do tarot readings, channel reading, and all types of specialized readings. You could take a look at my website, ShamanicAwakPriestess.com. The link is always in the description box, bar, whatever you want to call it, of each video. Secondly, I don't upload as much as I want to my main channel because when I'm not working, I'm loading up on a full-time basis on my memberships. You get daily messages, exclusive videos, which are more teaching videos behind the scenes, all that good stuff. So it's kind of a cheaper way to get mentorship and things like that. 3 different levels. Okay, so the more higher the level, the more access you get. And we also have a coven that meets up monthly. We perform rituals. I teach you things. Like next meetup is going to be bring your pad and paper and take notes. Because I have really great discussions on there. So if you're looking for that type of stuff, to be part of a spiritual community, daily message, exclusive videos, learning more about the traditions I practice, Haitian voodoo, Santeria, and Espiritismo, those things are your jam, and stuff like that, and some new age stuff like crystals and all that, angels, all that kind of stuff, folk magic, all those kind of stuff that you like, those types of videos, teaching videos, series teaching about orishas, all that kind of stuff, and honest book reviews. Join memberships, okay? And the link to that also is in the description box. All you have to do is click on the join button and it shows you the different benefits and all that good stuff, and you can join. Okay, now getting back to the topic of this video, which is again sleep paralysis, okay? And the different types of entities that attack you during this type of traumatic experience. Exclusively, we're talking about shadow people. Okay, shadow people are one of the most dangerous types of spiritual energies that can attack one in sleep paralysis. They specifically target a specific group of people, and that's usually, if I look to the sides because I have notes, I wanted to make sure that I stay on track in the video and discuss the important points. So shadow people specifically attack a certain demographic of people. One, the elderly. So they're all about vulnerable people. Okay, so the elderly, are susceptible to shadow people. Children are very susceptible to shadow people. Anyone who's between life and death. So if you have an long going, and that could be any age group of illness, If you're not physically well, you have an ongoing physical illness, for example, late stages of cancer, AIDS, any type of autoimmune disorder, what I mean, stuff like that. Someone who has severe mental illness, someone who's struggling with schizophrenia. Sometimes it could be mental, or sometimes it could be spiritual. And they like to prey on vulnerable people, that maybe you're going through psychosis, things like that, because it's kind of like people are not going to believe you being spiritually attacked because you have history of mental illness. So they're bullies. They specifically target if you're going through severe depression, things like that. So if you're not in a good mental state, shadow people would attack you. Okay, they attack, again, the most vulnerable people. Okay, they're not good. Shadow people are exactly what they are. They are people that look like shadows. If you ever see like a black shadow running around you, that kind of stuff, those are shadow people. Okay, they're literally people that are shadow. Okay, that's what they call them, shadow people, because they look like people, but they're just like a silhouette of a shadow. Okay, they're always all black, all that good stuff. Okay, now what these spirits specifically do is they're kind of like parasitic. They take up your energy and they make you lose the will. So there's a trigger on this video, trigger warning. I'm going to talk about some very sensitive topics. If you're not in the mental space to listen to this video, then I'm letting you know now. You could click off. Okay, and I understand it. But if you're okay with that, then let's get into what they do. So they're kind of like, they suck up your energy. They make you lose the will to exist, to be alive. Okay, so they basically are responsible for, sometimes people are like, I don't understand how my loved one all of a sudden unalive themselves. Okay, these spirits will make you so depressed, feel so trapped, attack you when you're sleeping, give you nightmares, you know what I mean, be around you. It's a very dark and nasty energy, that there have been people that have unalived themselves. These spirits literally are that dark voice in your head that tells you to do bad things to yourself, that intrusive voice that puts you down and verbally assaults and abuses you. And there's times they're screaming and their talking is so loud, you try to cover your ears and you can't silence the mind. Okay, they're very bad. Okay, those are shadow people. These spirits are also responsible for unexplained deaths in sleep states. Okay, so adults have been known to just go to sleep one day and die of natural causes. Nobody knows what happened to them. That is a sign of it could possibly have been shadow people. And this could happen again to the vulnerable population. Okay. And also, what I mean, they're responsible for unexplained crib death sometimes. Sometimes, just like why did this child just, pass away or whatever. They're again, because they attack the most vulnerable. Okay. So what can we do? What can we do to get rid of this? You know what I mean? What can we do to get rid of this? So ways to get rid of, these types of entities, which again specifically target a certain demographic. When it comes to children, specifically, the way that you can make them come in is someone can actually hex or curse you specifically with shadow people. Your house could be haunted naturally with shadow people. Some people just have haunted houses. Or your child, this is specifically with children, your child can actually be psychic. Okay, so also, if you're an adult and you're psychic, shadow people tend to be attracted to people that have the ability to channel to the other side. That's the double-edged sword about being spiritually gifted that people don't talk about. Okay, you could be a natural medium and not know it, and then it just naturally, just like angels are attracted to psychics and mediums and stuff like that, so are darker entities that will attack you. So it's very important to know how to repel them. First of all, shadow people are energies that you should not be trying to talk to or engage with. They were never people. It's what they call shadow people. They are literally there for the demise and the unaliving of a person. Okay, so there's no remorse, there's no conscience, there's no light. They're dark, all darkness. Okay, void of light. So one of the things to do is to seek professional help if you are suffering from depression. Okay, getting the mental health that you need, because remember I said they are attracted to people with severe mental illness, okay? They like to torment you. So getting the right medication, talking to a therapist, talking to a psychiatrist, all that stuff will help, because if you can get something to stimulate better moods, to help you out of your depression and stuff like that, that will repel them. They're not attracted to people who are in the light, happy, stuff like that. So no. No. Okay, so that's one way. Secondly, okay, if after seeking professional help is still not working, then you need to go to a professional person like myself, for example. I specialize in exorcism of different types of entities. I have services on my rituals and stuff like that on my website. And I have spirit consultation, different kinds of readings, spirit guide readings, stuff like that can detect. You can literally buy a reading like that and be like, hey, I want to know if I have shadow people, because I think I do. And then there will be a specific ritual created for you that has always worked, that will help you to get rid of these from your home. Okay, so I can still do it even if I'm not physically in your home. I have been able to do it remotely. So hiring someone professional like myself to do a house cleansing or to do head work on you. Okay, head work on you. And that will help to alleviate and get rid of these shadow people. Thirdly, okay, ways to prevent shadow people. This is how you got rid of them. Now this is how you could prevent it from even happening, because prevention of anything is key. 1, protect the doorways and the entrances of your home. In my memberships, I talk about that. I'm not going to show that here, but in my memberships, I actually made videos that talk about protecting and warding the doorways. Okay. Number 4, be careful what you consume. Be careful what you consume. Okay. Be careful the kind of content that you consume on television. Watching a lot of these exorcism movies, demon movies, stuff like that. Your eyes are the windows to your soul, so you can be attracting this energy, okay? And then especially if you have already an ill person in your home. And the thing about shadow people, they can go from attacking the most vulnerable to attacking everybody in the house, okay? So be careful what you're consuming on television, the internet, and stuff like that, because again, your eyes are the windows to your soul. A lot of times we can attract spirits into the home by the things we watch, okay? Your eyes are the windows to your soul. Be careful what you consume, okay, like I said. Thirdly, stay away from mirrors. Do not be scrying on mirror. Mirror scrying or playing with the Ouija board can bring shadow people into your home or other harmful spirits. I hate the Ouija board. I don't do the Ouija board. This whole like new agey spiritual awakening where people are decorating their house with Ouija boards and then wondering why their life is in such chaos, okay? How many stories do we have to keep hearing about people getting haunted or unalived because they're channeling spirits in the Ouija board, okay? The same thing with the black scrying mirror. I don't do that. It's not my jam. Mirrors are very powerful tools in spirituality. They can bring forward, they can be protective, but they can also bring forth unwanted spiritual energies, okay, from interdimensional beings to very low level demonic shadow people and other types of entities that you don't want to be messing with, okay? Number 4, okay, don't practice mediumship if you aren't an expert, okay? Get yourself a proper mentor and do it under the supervision of a mentor if you're new to it. That's going to avoid, they're going to teach you how to protect yourself so that you don't attract shadow people, because you can unintentionally attract entities. When you're practicing mediumship, even when you're doing rituals, you're opening the portal, okay? So make sure you're doing your protection work when you're doing rituals, when you're doing meditations, anything of the spiritual nature that asks you to conjure up energies. Make sure you're conjuring up the right energies and it's not shadow people disguised as other things, okay? Also, for the children, okay, and you can also do this for adults. We have something called an azabache, okay, which is a gold bracelet with a black stone and it has a fist on it. That is very good, but you have to make sure it's prepared by someone that knows how to prepare it or teaches you how to prepare it for the intentions of warding off sleep paralysis and spirits like shadow people. In my culture, for the first year of a baby's life, we put the azabache on to protect them from just that, from spirits unaliving children unexplainably, okay? So to protect from crib death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 5. Number 6. Okay, spiritual baths, spiritual baths, spiritual baths, spiritual baths. Okay, floor washes and things like that. On my memberships, I have recipes that I give you for said things, because people keep underestimating spiritual baths, the importance of them. That is such a good line of prevention, and things like that. And number 7, a good old smoke cleansing of the home. Okay, a good old smoke cleansing with herbs like hierba santa, sage in some cases, rosemary, things like that will ward off these types of intrusive spirits. Remember, when you are getting rid of something, you're going from the back of the house or apartment or whatever you have, the room as far away from the entrance of your home as possible, and then ending it with the entrance, opening windows, opening doors, and literally telling your guides in your home, I want to put angels of protection in my home, and I want you to ward away any type of low level energies. Do not even let them enter. Okay, so kind of smoke cleansing and setting intentions with the entrance of your home. This is why you should have protection on your doors. There's specific prayers you could say to protect yourself from things coming in, and floor washes and all the things. Okay, so these are just different ways to prevent shadow people from coming. Again, if you want my recipes, spiritual baths, all those things, be a member and you'll see my little recipes that I share. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe, please comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you've ever had an experience with shadow people. They're very scary or anything like that. I would love to know your input. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. Much love, much light, much blessings. Bye, guys.